Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, I am so happy you stopped by, and happy Valentine's Day. I hope I get this posted before Valentine's Day is over. This is totally my hair look for today, and I totally think this is a date appropriate look. Easy, soft curls, run your hands through your hair type of look. Very good and gonna last throughout the night with this product. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, just keep watching. You're going to need is, of course, you're going to need a clippy, because what I like to do anytime I'm going to curl my hair is split it into two little sections basically. So I just kind of clip it up there, clip the bulk of my layers. I do have a little bit of layering. I'd say my layers are about a little bit shorter than this, maybe about 1.5 to 2 inches. But then the next thing that you're going to need is this Treseme Thermal Creations Curl Activator Spray. Now, this is kind of the secret to me getting this hair and keeping it. I used this before the video along with a couple other products, and let me just tell you about those, but I don't feel like those are as important to achieving this look as this product is. But the things I used before I even dried my hair, I sprayed my Boosted Blowout Heat Spray on my damp hair before I blow dried, just to give it some heat protectant, things like that, and it does give quite a bit of volume. So if you're looking for more volume with this look, that would definitely be a necessary product if you want some volume. And then just because today's Valentine's Day and I'm a southern girl, so I like big hair, I decided to use the Big Sexy Hair Root Pump spray. So this is basically a mousse, comes out just like that, and I sprayed it in my palm and then probably about a half a lemon size of it, and then I put it all over the top of my hair, basically getting towards the roots, things like that, just because I wanted extra volume. And then before this video, I was going to show you guys this step, but I couldn't quite get the camera angle right, and I didn't want to misconstrue how this is used. But basically what I do is I blow dry my hair fully. I may leave the room, I may go put on clothes, whatever, decide what I'm going to do with my makeup for the day. Just depends, but you can either do it right after you blow dry or wait a few minutes and then go back. But I just spray this on my dry hair. So like, for example, if I had just blow dried my hair right now, of course the clippy would be out and I'd just spray that all over. Give it a generous spray. I wouldn't say to overdo it, because your hair can get kind of crispy if you overdo it. But I just spray it all over, and then on the back it says to blow dry for about 1 minute. I don't set a timer. I know I blow dry it for at least 1 minute, but this is definitely the key for me to keep my curls. Like I've said before, I've got kind of thicker hair. I've got an oily scalp just like I have oily skin. So it's a little hard for me to keep a curl just because it tends to fall. It's hard for me to keep volume as well, but with all these products in conjunction, especially these two, I find I can keep my volume and my curls. So the next thing, of course, after you've done this, you're going to need a curling iron, which this is just a Hot Tools 1 1/4 inch curling iron. It has the clamp. I don't know if you guys, did y'all just see that? I can see some serious steam coming off that. Anyways, I put it on the high setting because I like to get my curls fast, because I'm usually on the go headed to class or headed somewhere. In this case, I'm headed to a date after this with my lovely boyfriend. But the next thing I like to have on hand are, of course, my brushes, etc. So I use this comb. You'll see me use it before I curl to kind of brush out my sections. This is my Amped Up by Cricut teasing comb, and I just tease the crown of my hair after this is done. And then this is my bedhead flat brush. I know I have a lot of hair in it. Probably should have cleaned that out before we did this, but I didn't. So I just use this just kind of for brushing afterwards. Maybe I want to brush out my tease a little bit. And then the very last thing I like to use is some hairspray. Any hairspray is fine. I don't really feel like this hairspray is the key to keeping this look. Like I said, it's this cheap drugstore product. It's this Treseme Thermal Creations Curl Activator Spray. But I'm going to use the Big Sexy Spray and Play for my hairspray. But let's just get started. So basically, let me take off my scarf first, because I don't want to hinder you guys from seeing any of this. Basically, the first thing I always do is I take a section about this big. You see what I'm working with here? And then I comb that out, and then I take my curling iron. And this is something that took me a long time to figure out. Getting these waves is all about your technique. And I put it up top. I used to put my curling iron low and bring it up. Now I've realized it's the key is putting it up top. And hold it there. And bring it out, and hold it again, bring it out, hold it again, let that out, and now your whole curl is in there, and that's about as long as we're going to let it set, and there it is. Now, you can brush this out if your hair just holds curl incredibly well. I like to wait till the end of my styling to brush out any of these waves, curls, whatever you want to call them, just because I find it gives a more tousled look if I run my fingers through basically the whole head of hair. You know what I'm saying? And we're just going to do the same thing all over. I'm going to see if I can't turn for you guys a little bit. Bring it out, curve it in, bring it out, curve it in, and bring it out, curve it in. One last time, and there's your curl. Now, you see how we're getting kind of that wave? Now you can do your curls both directions, and I like to split. I like to do sides and then the back, just because I'm meticulous like that, and I don't like my straight hair to get tangled with my curly hair. But basically, you can curl your waves either direction. I kind of find that it's nice to have a couple. I like these side pieces to be curved away from my face, just because I feel like that frames my face a little better. But you can of course curl your curls different directions all the way around. You can curl them towards your face if that's what you like. I like to curve these front few pieces away from the face, and then as I get towards the back to build volume, I will curl them towards the face. And I find that gives me a lot more of a bodified curl. And then same thing. And just to make a mention, I don't really know where I got this comb. I think it was in a comb kit from Walmart. I got it with several, I know that. It looks just like this with these thin bristles, as you can see. And then it's got this pointed end. And I don't think it really matters what kind of comb you use, just as long as it's something with a little bit thinner bristle. So basically, I'm going to do this all the way around my hair. And these back pieces do not have to be perfect. I have a really hard time reaching the back because I've got a lot of hair at this point, and I don't want to burn myself, or for that matter burn my hair. So whatever you can reach at the back, just give it enough wave. If you cannot reach that very tip top piece like we've been getting over here, don't worry about it. As long as you have some curl back there, it's going to look okay. And I like to kind of go at it from both angles here. So now you guys see what we're working with. Now is the time when I would go like that if you want to. And then I'm going to take down my top hair, and I'm just going to put, almost as if you were going to poof your hair, take that little section right there that you want that last few curls in, because those are going to frame your face really. And I look crazy with my clippy, but oh well. And same thing over here. Turn that towards the side. If you want to do it upside down on this side, that's fine. The key is to just be able to hold your hair so it will stay in that direction. And this is where I have a little more trouble. I have thicker pieces right here, I feel like, where these layers start. And this is where I do get into a little more trouble. And I may have to curl a little longer on this section. So if that's how your hair is, don't worry. Save your time on the bottom pieces and curl longer right here. And if you have pieces that aren't going to curl right, I just take them up here like this and just curl them up. You know, this is not a very picky style, just as long as most of your curls are in this shape of starting right here and turning it back and letting it go. But if you have a few pieces that you need to just curl that other way, it's going to be fine. It's no big deal. You're still going to have a beautiful look. And even I find if you just have a couple of pieces that are going to be flat, whatever, and you curl them from the bottom up or something of that nature, it's going to still look so good, and it's going to give you that tousled look too. Because if you do all of them a certain way, maybe if you do all your curls towards the back or all your curls towards the front, you tend to get a very doll type look, and this is messy hair. So if you do all your curls in one direction, it's going to be very Shirley Temple doll-like curls, and it's not going to be what you want. So like I said, if you have a couple pieces here and there that you have to work with to get them to do what you want. So now we're at the point where if you have any pieces that maybe you think need just a little more curl in them, go ahead and do that. I usually have a little more trouble with this side over here, and particularly this piece, so I'm just going to put a little more curl in that. And in case you guys are wondering where I'm looking at this whole time, I have a closet right behind where I film, and so I opened the door and the mirror's behind me. So right now I'm looking in that mirror. If I'm looking up a lot in this video, that is why. And bring it down. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this piece down here, and I want to find where I want my part to be. So let me just bring my mirror up here. Okay, now that's where I want my part to be. So I'm going to always start with this side over here. And if you've already curled that piece, like a lot of mornings when I do this look, I have somehow put more hair from this side into that clippy, so I've already curled this piece. I will curl it again just to give it that look that I really want it to have and to make it frame my face a little better. But I won't take as big of a chunk, if that makes any sense. So there's that, and then I will take the pieces over here that maybe fell down with that top piece and curl those as well. The key to making this be kind of a piecey, wavy curl look is if there's a piece that maybe doesn't have the curl you want it to have, curl it again, because that look is caused by curls going in different direction and not sticking together. This piecey, wavy look is really a simple look if you just make sure your hair does not stick together. Now I always take this front piece, turn it over to that side, and do the rest of the curls over here before I do that last one, just because, like I said, I want those two front ones to really frame my face. And maybe if that curl's not good enough for you, a tip I have is, if it's the bottom that's not good enough, flip it up with your curling iron. That was why that wasn't wavy enough for me, is the bottom was not curled the way I wanted it. Now I'm taking this last piece and I'm going to bring it up just like this, almost as if I'm going to put a little clip in it or something, and I'm taking it just like the other pieces, but I'm bringing it out a little more. Turn, go again, and again, and one last time, and hold it. And this one, don't hold it for too long or else you'll get a real frazzled look. And there's my last piece. So basically the next thing I would do is run my fingers through it, get it to be kind of how I want it to be, piecey, what have you, and then I'm going to take my teasing comb and I'm going to take that and put it right at the crown of my hair, and it's just as simple as it sounds. I'm going to tease. And a little tip for teasing, you guys can't see this, if your hair is falling out of your teasing comb like that, do you see what I'm talking about? If it just lets it fall, you're teasing great. If you're able to hold your hair and keep all of it in your hand, then you're not teasing, because that hair is not getting knotted basically to where it's going to stay. So I just tease those top sections, the crown, the side, and the other side. And then I brush them out with the same teasing comb. And now, my finishing step basically, if I have enough tease and everything like I want it, is to take my hairspray, and the first places I'm going to spray are my front sections. Through it. If you feel like this front, to keep it lifted, you need a little more spray, go for it. And then spray the rest of your curls. Now, one tip I like to give people is, maybe if your curls, after you spray them, if they feel a little too crispy, things like that, you can totally brush them out, because they're going to last. And a lot of times that's what I like to do, just to give it kind of a more wavy look. And with that spray in it, it's going to keep that volume of the curl, but you can still brush a little bit of it out. And then brush some tease out if you want to. So see these curls, how they just kind of softly wave away from my face. Look at how bouncy they are. They're not sprayed down, they're not matted down. They're very soft and airy. And I'm telling you guys, it's this that does the job. I would never be able to keep curls like this without it. I've tried so many different products, high end, low end, what have you, and I just can't keep a curl, and especially not a curl without hairspray. I mean, I completely brush the hairspray out of this, basically, is what I usually do. And some mornings I don't even spray. I just spray this one section and that'll be that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you all have or had a wonderful Valentine's Day. Thanks again for watching.